Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. I'm here in the mission control because I discovered two interesting contracts. On the one hand, plant a flag on Tylo, or Albatross is currently flying up to Tylo and is planning to land down there, so I can accept this contract. And the same thing goes for the science data from a space around Tylo. This is also a task for the Albatross mission, and in this case let me just accept this. And now we are again well prepared, and my next goal is, before I will do the first landing attempt on Lace, is to bring the Pol Expedition in order so that it's likely to have an encounter with Pol. And here, in this case, let me just, I've already set up this maneuver node to do a short inclination change. Then we do have to survive our Tylo flyby. Afterwards, I'm thinking about, at first, reducing a little bit the Jool apoapsis when I'm arriving at the Jool periapsis, and then flying out again to the Jool apoapsis, because out there I like to raise again the periapsis, so that I'm hopefully mostly out of the Walt's trajectory or Walt's orbit and Lace orbit, and maybe even out of Tylo's orbit, because I have the slight feeling that over the period of time that I'm waiting for a good encounter with Pol, I will have all the time some encounters with them and flybys, and well, the gravity of these moons will affect my trajectory, and then I would be required all the time to do again some correction burns. And in this case I think I will just raise my periapsis so that I have only a few intersections with other moons, in the hope that this helps me a little bit. But I think this will be not really efficient, but well, I hope I do have enough fuel to do so. So in this case, let us get started. At first we need to do our first inclination change, and while I'm approaching to the maneuver node, I can reveal my next idea, because currently the Bob expedition is still on the surface of Bob, but at some point it has to return back to space, and then there is a huge issue with the small amount of fuel left in the driving section. So I think I will then leave Bob and I will fly down to Lace, have down there hopefully a good aero capture, and then I can rendezvous with the Jool supply mission and grab this fuel, so that the Bob expedition is also able to return back home to Kerbin at some point. So yeah, this is my main idea, and I hope this will work out well. But this is a thing for the near future, because at first I like to land down at Lace, but I think I have to fly down to Lace with the Bob expedition before I will leave Lace with the touchdown mission, because otherwise there might be an issue with the fuel and so on. And yeah, I think this is a lot of planning and scheduling, and a lot of experiments will happen, and a lot of maneuver nodes will be created and discarded and so on. So yeah, I think this will be quite exciting to get the Bob expedition running so that it can return back home. And yeah, so this is the main idea, and right now we have to focus a little bit more on our Pol Expedition, yes, and then we can think about all the other things, like Lace landing, like flying from Bob to Lace, and have a look at Albatross to see when Albatross will have its closest flyby or its aero capture at Jool, so that we can prepare also for the Tylo landing. And yeah, so many things are going on, and well, this is really crazy. And okay, let's cut here the engine. Very good. So the Tylo encounter will come up in 6 hours and 23 minutes. Can I set up down there a maneuver node as a marker? Yes, I can. Very good. Now I like to have a short visit at Bob. Let me have a short focus view, because I just like to see one thing. Yes, Bob seems to be rotating, and I'm currently thinking, should I now switch over to the Bob expedition, because when I'm currently looking down at the trajectory, then I'm pretty close to the trajectory, so that I hopefully don't have too many burns to do in order to change the inclination, or will there be when I rotate around? Is this already the closest point I can get to the trajectory of... Let me just think. I think it's one of the most... Oh, wait. Yeah, I think this is one of the most closest points I can get to this trajectory of the driving section, because this thing is rotating in one direction, and so I might get a little bit closer, but I'm not quite sure in which direction it's orbiting. But yeah, I think I should do the lifter from with the Pol Expedition to space at first right now, in order to have the best way to align with the driving section. I think, yeah, let's do this. The driving section is currently flying downwards, so we have unfortunately to launch into the darkness. It's not quite helpful, but I think this is now the best way. So let me just switch to Dodo. Dodo Kerman is smiling. He has a... Wow, this is cool. He has a beautiful view over to Jool. This is really amazing. This is cool. Fortunately, as I said, we are in the darkness. We are still next to the Kraken. But I think we should take advantage of the current position. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure about the rotation speed of Bob. And yeah, in this case, I think it's now a good time to leave Bob. Or at least to return to space around Bob. Okay, let us do this. Let us do this at first. Let me retract the ladder. Dodo is smiling. This is good. And yeah, I will keep the solar panels extended. I have retracted the ladder. We landed down here. We explored the Kraken, and now it's time to return. Okay, I need to... this is hard to say. A little bit southbound. South, what is this? This west, east? Hard to say. I think it's... Okay, I think I will aim at first at south and then align my trajectory by having a look at the orbital map. Okay, let's try this. This is just an experiment and I hope it will be a success. In this case, Dodo seems to be ready. Let us throttle up. Okay, now we are leaving Bob. We are leaving the surface of Bob for the second time, but this time we won't return. Well, not with this mission. And let me now have a look. Okay, south is not the right way. Do I need to turn more south? No, I think I need to turn southeast more. And I should aim for the horizon a little bit more. Let's turn even about... It's really hard to see and to aim for a good position. Okay, I don't think I should turn too much around, or should I? Let's fly a little bit more south. I'm currently just eyeballing my trajectory. I'm sure there is the possibility... oh, wait. What altitude? 19 kilometers. I think I should try to turn around. Wait, let me at first climb up to this altitude. I hope I can do here some interesting changes, then increase a little bit. And when I'm now using these markers in order to hopefully have a good trajectory. Okay, this would be 20 by 19. We now turn the thing a little bit around. This would be quite amazing. There we would have a good intersection between the two orbits. 46 kilometers is just almost a little bit too high. I like to be able to do a time warp. 35. Okay, let's go for 35. Can we even get a little bit closer? I like to decrease the angle between the two orbits as much as possible. Okay, now I'm back to 47, 42, 37, 37, 36. Okay, I think this is the best I can do to decrease the angle between the two orbits, and then at this point I need to do several burns in order to align our two orbits, but this is a good position for a first start. And yeah, I think this is a good first start, and I hope I bring back some fuel over to my driving section, because as I said, I need the fuel in order to fly down to Lace, and yeah, this is the next challenge. Otherwise I need to bring over the Jool supply mission out here, and this would be also quite a challenge. I'm not quite sure. The most important thing is that we have left at first the surface of Bob. Dirt was a little bit sad about this. After he spent several days down here. Can we see? Set on year 2, day... Okay, we don't see... We are not sure what is year 2, day 335. So I'm not quite sure how many days it's ago since he planted the flag and he landed for the very first time on Bob. Okay, now it's time to do the burn. I hope my idea is working out. Okay. And cut the engine. So, what is down there? 39 and 31 minutes. And let me just have a look over here. In 14 minutes, I could do a first change. 70 was quite huge. This would be 434, 33, 32. Wait, let me just set that as a target. Maybe minus 1.8, minus 1.2, minus 0.4, 0.3, 0.7. Okay, this is changing quite rapidly. 0.3, but then my periapsis would be 9 kilometers. But at this point, at the apoapsis, I would be able to raise this, and then I would be almost aligned already with my other spacecraft. This is just amazing. And it's not so much of a burn. On the other hand, should I really do this right now? Yeah, I think I should try to align myself with this. And then at the new apoapsis, coming up just a few minutes later, I can raise my periapsis, and then I just have to play a little bit around. Maybe I can, in this case, find a good way to have an encounter with the spacecraft. Okay, this is just amazing. So, we are set up in 12 minutes. Unfortunately, I cannot do a time warp. Can I see somewhere the altitude? Be amazing, but I don't think so. Okay, in this case, because we are in the darkness, so there aren't so many beautiful things, let me just cut you out and I will bring you back in when I'm arriving at the 12-minute mark. Oh, wait, I don't need to cut you out. I can do another trick. Let us just go to the Space Center. Then we can go over to our mission control again, and we can use over here the fast forward mode. Okay, I just need again the Pol Expedition. Let us do a quick time warp to get closer. This is good. This is helpful. This is amazing. Okay, 7 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 30 seconds. Let's return back to Jool. Let's return back to Jool's live feed. And we need to find now our maneuver node. I'm looking forward to, I think with the next update, they are adding some more markers to the NF balls. Maybe then I'm not required to turn all the time my spacecraft completely around in order to find the maneuver node. Maybe then I'm able to do this. This is my flag. I will check this out pretty soon. Okay. What is coming up there? Yeah, it's my flag, it's my flag. I do have a visual on my flag. This is great. Okay, my Bob Yaps is a little bit too low, so I would be in danger to crash into one of Bob's mountains. Okay, I will bring myself into a little bit a higher orbit than my driving section. And so I just need later on to descend down when I like to plan my encounter and my rendezvous with this. So this is cool. Okay, coming up in 7 minutes. And we do have some fuel we are bringing then to our driving section. This is also important. Okay, I'm glad that I was checking out Bob and if Bob was rotating, because I think I found the best point to do it in the most efficient way, my liftoff from the surface of Bob, in order to have a good rendezvous or a good position to prepare the rendezvous. Okay, now we are in orbit. We are only 0.2 degrees off from our mission, and well, we are currently here and this thing would be faster. So let me just have a short view when I add a maneuver node over here. Okay, and how many days? Okay, you can see this is really taking some time, but in about 13 hours we would have a chance to rendezvous. Will I do this? I think I have at first to do more interesting other things, like the landing on Lace and my Pol Expedition, but at least we used the right moment for Dodo to leave Bob, and well, later on, and this is a beautiful view, the Jool rise, and later on we can have the rendezvous with our driving section. But right now, okay, let us switch over to Pol Expedition again. This is a lot of switching back and forth. We are only 5 hours and 48 minutes out of our Tyler encounter. So now we can speed up. And there is Tylo getting closer to us. Bering is smiling. He is liking this. Okay, only 1 hour to go. Okay, 1 minute to go, or how many minutes? 5 minutes, 6 minutes. 6 minutes to go. Let me remove this marker. Let's do it from this point of view to get a little bit closer to Tylo encounter. And okay, only a few seconds. Unfortunately, I think we are flying on the camera. We are flying, yes, we are flying on the opposite side of Tylo, so we are not able to see really the Tylo again, because we are just seeing the shadow of it. But nevertheless, it's pretty interesting to have this flyby at Tylo, and this is quite cool. And maybe we will see even some kind of Tylo eclipse. This is great that Tylo is moving in front of the sun. Unfortunately, Tylo is so huge and the sun out here so small that it's not so beautiful as an eclipse with a moon. Okay, and are we already back to Jool orbit? No, not yet. But it should be only a matter of a few seconds until we are back to Jool orbit. And Tylo is now moving into the sun. Okay, the nav ball has shifted, the altitude has shifted. Let's speed up just a little bit. Just a tiny bit to see. Okay, now we do have a Tylo eclipse. This was cool. This was amazing. Bering is also smiling, and this is cool. So, next point. Next point is we need to set Pol again as our target. We are 0.3 degrees off. How much delta V would we need to do the change down there? What was this? I need to change it in this way. Okay, this would be just a very short burn and 5 hours and 15 minutes. So let us do at first this burn. And the eclipse is over. Now we are falling back to Jool. Just a few hours to go, and then we can align our orbit with Pol, and okay. Then comes the next point that I like to reduce a little bit the apoapsis at first. Okay, but right now I need to focus on this burn. Bering is still enjoying his ride, this is great. And cut the engine, very good, very good. Okay, now we should be, yes, we are well aligned. How much time? 25 minutes until Jool periapsis. As I said, here I like to bring down my apoapsis to Pol's orbit. Let me see. Okay, this is pretty close, this is just amazing. And wait, can we... Let me just have a focus view on Bob again. The two spacecrafts are already pretty close. Should I really switch now back over to this? No, as said, I have... I'm not quite sure. I'm so back and forth with my decisions. What is more important, to have the possible rendezvous between the two spacecrafts, or, well, on the other hand... Or, let me just check. I do have now about 25 minutes time. Let me just switch to the Pol Expedition. Hey, we are in the sunlight, this is amazing. So we have a beautiful view down. And when I would do now a burn, could I then at some point manage to have, yes, well, in 1 hour and 6 minutes or so, then I would get closer. This is cool. Okay, so in this case I can at first switch back to Pol Expedition, do my burn at the Jool periapsis. I'm sorry for the whole jumping around, but well, the space flight with so many missions going on is always a lot of work to do. Okay, this looks amazing to see the maybe some storms or something like this going on Jool. This is cool. Okay, Bering is enjoying this. Let's get closer to the periapsis so that we can do the burn down there. Okay, 40 meters burn. Let's roll away up to do the burn. Bering is enjoying this. He seems to be a very happy guy. And let's cut the engine. Okay, very good. Maybe I should do just a tiny bit of a burn to... Okay, now it's a good position. And now I was thinking about, when I reach this apoapsis, I wanted to reduce the amount of possible encounters with other celestial bodies. And where's all the time Pol? So I like to do... In this case I would be hopefully out of Tylo's sphere of influence, so I hope I won't have any encounter again with Tylo. As I said, this is maybe not the most efficient way, but it's a way. And then let me just add maybe an orbit to this. Hey, this is pretty cool. We are... Can I get a little bit closer to this? When I would do... Huh, this is cool. When I would do a burn out there for about 700 meters per second, this is quite a large burn, but I like to do this burn anyways, then I would have in 1 week a pole encounter. And, well, I would be in the sphere of influence of Pol for encounter in 7 days, 19 hours or 20 hours, and I would leave it in 1.5 hours later, so I hope this would give me enough time to have hopefully there a nice approach. I think this is amazing, this is great. Okay, I hope this is not too much a waste of fuel. But yeah, this is great. Okay, in 1 day and 14 hours we can prepare our pole encounter. Okay, this is great. Okay, this is really amazing. Now let's go back to our next problem. Unfortunately, we are in the darkness again. And now I like to think about a good maneuver node. So that we can hopefully have at some point, yeah, getting close over there. 400 meter separation. This is cool. This is really cool. Okay, the burn would come up in 1 hour, and about 20 minutes later we would be able to dock to our spacecraft. This is amazing. This is great. This is really great. Okay, let me just... Okay, I can only do 50 times time warp. But this is amazing. This is really amazing. Okay, 50 times time warp is really taking some time. Yeah. Can I do something else in the time between? No, I don't think so. Everything else is set up. So, oh, we do have a nice view over to Jool. We can see even some moons of Jool. And we are flying across our interesting landscape of Bob. Dodo is still enjoying his ride. And it's just a very short burn. This is also pretty helpful, because this saves a little bit of fuel. And we are 18 kilometers away from our target. This is cool. That's really cool. 16 kilometers, we are getting really close to our target, to our driving section. 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and a few seconds. Let me at first aim now at the maneuver node. Okay, now it's time to do the burn. And we have 400 meter separation in 22 minutes. This is amazing, but I have a slight feeling we have done so many different things already, and a rendezvous maneuver is always taking some time. So I think we are only 11 kilometers or less than 11 kilometers away from our driving section, but we will do the rendezvous and the docking in the next episode, and then we will also hopefully do our landing on Lace. And here, in this case, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebi. See you!